So according to Alex Becker, we are in for the biggest super cycle, the biggest bull run that crypto has ever seen. However, it definitely doesn't feel like it yet. Have a look at this. Alex Becker tweeted out, "I hate it here," and tweeted out these two candles, which are honestly some absurd Bitcoin price action, going from $78,000 all the way up to $95,000 in a day, having the biggest Bitcoin candle that anyone has ever seen, only for the next day to reverse basically everything. The market is literally bipolar at the moment, going from about a 50 fear and greed index all the way back down to a 10 or a 20 fear and greed index in just one day. It's absolutely insane, and I've got my own thoughts. I'll be peppering them in with Alex Becker's thesis, but first let's get concrete on exactly what Alex Becker's game plan is and what his personal sentiment is. He says the level of depression here is near FTX crash, rage, and fear levels. FTX crash is obviously when Sam Bankman-Fried ran away with billions of our money and absolutely crashed the crypto market about 3 years ago now, and everyone was feeling depressed because we lost our billions. Becker says, even I'm fed up, and he even had a YouTube video go out 8 hours ago that I went through and watched, which is just him ranting about how Eric Trump and the Trumps are really ruining the crypto sentiment at the moment. He concludes that this means it is now time to buy, which is what I've been doing the same video every day for like the last 7 days. Buy when other people are fearful and sell when other people are greedy. It's not my quote, it's a Warren Buffett quote originally, but it holds true for every single cycle in crypto so far. I don't have to pull up the fear and greed index, go pull it up yourself. When the index was in the fear zone, they were always the best time to buy. He says it means it's time to hold. Nothing has changed. To which the Dream L1 says, is the bottom in, or do you think we're still going lower? And Alex Becker replied, I certainly hope that the bottom is in. He doesn't say he knows, he says he hopes. Prices are stupid low, and he's so annoyed, Becker is so annoyed, that he doesn't even want to bother anymore. Zero excitement when it comes to crypto. And I've heard that Alex Becker actually does get really excited when it comes to cryptocurrency and meme coins and utility tokens. And right now he says he has zero, which means that counter trading this feeling, he feels like leaving crypto because it's boring, has always paid off and worked for him in the past. So that's his indicator of this is probably an excellent time to either hold or buy, depending on what your conviction is. But Becker once again thinks we're going up. More on how high he thinks we're going in a second. Money Mike says, no, it is not so, meaning this is not the bottom. Becker says, yes, it really is. People are Dunsky. You could tell them that the US and China are buying $50 billion of Bitcoin, and they'd be like, who the hell cares? Which, to be honest, that's sort of some of the news that we're getting. I'm about to show you as well. And people are still just like, I don't really care anymore. The theory is that this market is being super manipulated. I'm going to show you that as well. But Alex Becker also retweeted bull run. He's tripling down. He's standing up. He's being the the bison that runs into the storm, being like, this doesn't feel like a bull run anymore, and therefore this could be the catalyst. This is what he's saying, the catalyst of the biggest super cycle we've ever seen. He says, gents, it's not time to get bearish. And in fact, this is the tweet that we're all waiting for, March 5th, literally today. This is the hardest pre-bull market in history to hold in. It's so choppy, it's so up and down, there's so much euphoria and then some insane fear. Prices are absolutely crashing, things are going crazy. And he says that means that this will be the biggest bull in history because it's going to catch so many people off guard. So many people are going to be sidelines that they're going to be FOMOing into the top again and again and again. And therefore the top's only going to get higher and higher before we actually have a real crazy crash. Now, something that I wanted to check for myself, because everyone's been talking about how in the fourth year of the cycle, it's always the highest performing year. And we're currently in the fourth year of the cycle. And that's been a terrible year so far. Well, not terrible, but down 17% for Bitcoin in Feb and only plus 9% in Bitcoin for January, which, you know, plus 9% is lovely when you talk about the stock market, but in crypto, people get upset with a 9%. And I wanted to go back to 2021, which was the last fourth year of the cycle, the exponential year. And you can see there was a very bullish first 3 months, which is probably why people are getting upset now, because instead of our plus 36% that would have mirrored last cycle, we got negative 20% and a lot more multiples than that in altcoins. I remember participating in 2021 and I was there for the entire year. And in my memory, it's entirely bullish. It was like, wow, money flying everywhere, making 10 grand here, making 85 grand here. Absolutely just money flying into my wallets and me not taking it seriously enough. Now, I was like, let me actually go check this map. How many of these months were really bullish, and how many of them did the market actually go backwards? And to my surprise, 6 out of the 12 months actually were negative for Bitcoin. And so only 6 of those 12 months that I remember as just this party of euphoria was actually to the upside. And so I was like, oh, interesting. So of course we can project that there's still going to be a lot of red months here. But if you can hold through the volatility, you can get the exponential upside. Murad talks about this very specifically in this tweet. He says, you can't have non-believers win. That's why belief must first be tested. Those who pass this exam will be rewarded massively. And what's funny is there are a lot of macro factors pointing to this, which is why, to be honest, the market feels bipolar. A lot of people are getting annoyed. A lot of people are leaving, being like, I'll be back in 3 months. A lot of people will be like, you know what? We've already had the up. That was the top. That was the euphoria. Now we've got 3 years of down. And things just honestly aren't computing. And Lark Davis sums this up really well. He says, the president of the world's largest economy is saying he's going to buy our bags, not just Bitcoin, but also layer ones, big time layer one tokens. Meanwhile, people in crypto are scared. Classic. He says it's a 15 fear and greed index, even though the US has declared that they're going to be buying our bags, which that is the theory. Is that prices might be suppressed so that the US and other big nation states and businesses like BlackRock can scoop it up cheaper before we go crazy parabolic up to 200K Bitcoin by late 2025. However, what we want to do is what we do on this channel. We look at what the best traders and the biggest influencers and the people with the earliest alpha are doing, not what they're saying. And have a look at this. Trump's DeFi protocol keeps accumulating more Ethereum at a record pace. He must know something. You can see they've got $500 million US worth of Ethereum. And of course, Trump is giving his remarks at the crypto summit on the 7th of March, which is in two and a half days. I'm in Australia. I don't really know how far behind Washington is in terms of time. We also have the game theory of Bitcoin playing out, not just with nation states, but with millionaires and billionaires. So let's have a look. So basically, what does that mean? There's only 21 million Bitcoin. And if 28 million people want them, too bad. There's not enough to go around. And what happens is the price goes up and to the right, like Bitcoin has been doing for the last 14 years, the best performing asset there is. Billionaires are also in that race, not just nation states, but billionaire here wants to allocate 70% of his portfolio to Bitcoin, which is $4 billion. Imagine if more billionaires want to do that. Even BlackRock have said if every millionaire in just the US asked their financial advisor to get them just 1 Bitcoin, there is not enough Bitcoin to go around. And that's not even counting all the other millionaires in the world. Also, the guy who longed $200 million of crypto right before Trump's strategic reserve announcement changed his name to March 7, which is when the White House conference is. And you can see his account here is now called March 7. Michael Saylor has been invited to the Digital Asset Summit at the White House. And you know Michael Saylor is insanely bullish on Bitcoin. And also what I wanted to note is it's not just crypto that's having its downside at the moment. For the last 3 weeks, if we have a look at the S&P 500, we can go for 3 months here, and you can see this strong dip backwards from basically the same time that crypto has been dipping. So crypto is really riding that macroeconomic condition, and once that turns around, which could be, as we always say, tomorrow, it could be 3 months from now, it could be 6 months from now, crypto is going to perform very well, but there's going to be awesome opportunities popping up before then as well. Have a look what Lark Davis says. Come and follow him on Twitter because I read out a lot of his tweets and he does really well summarizing and articulating things perfectly. He says, this happens in every bull market, 30 to 40% dips, and people start freaking out like it's the end of the bull market. Wealth transfers from paper hands to diamond hands. If you want to be a paper hand and sell your bag early, you're not going to build the generational wealth. If you're going to diamond hand the right place, obviously you will. And if you want to use the best wallet in the Solana ecosystem, come and try out Archie. Archie's completely free to download and start using, and we're implementing giveaways and treasure hunts this month to help reward our users. So come to archiebot.ai. I'll put the link in the description below and make sure you sign up and get started with Archie. Honestly, we're putting our heart and soul and all of our experience in the 5 years of crypto that we've got into building the best wallet there is. So I'd love if you can come try it out and give us your thoughts. Thanks for being a part of the community. I appreciate you. See you in the next video.